Okay, so I know that the cumulative frequency graph can be used to find particular values. These values are known as percentiles. So the first one that I'm going to try to find is the median, or the 50th percentile. If you recall, this data was 90 pieces of data having to do with a hotel and the number of rooms that were being used each night. So if we took counts over a period of 90 days, the 45th piece of data will contain my median. So I will go into y equals, and I will draw the horizontal line 45, and that's because it's half of 90, and 90 was the total number of days. So y equals 45, enter, and graph. So this point of intersection right here will show me where the median is. Now, unfortunately, this is not actually a function that we graphed, right? These are just points that we plotted that are connected with lines or little curves in between. So we can't use the calculate intersect to find that point of intersection. The best that we can do is actually just go along and trace this line, and we can try to trace this line, and we go along until we see that it's as close as possible. And it looks like it's at about 36. So I'm going to say, reading from this data, that the median value is 36. Now, another thing that we could do, instead of using the curve, if we want to find what we think is the median value, we can go back to the list. And if you recall, in L1, we had the upper bound of the number of rooms that had been used, 10 rooms, 20, 30, 40, in order to look at the cumulative frequency, right? We put in the frequencies, and then L3 we have the cumulative frequencies. So in L4, what I've put is the midpoint, because this was from 1 to 10, 0 to 10, 11 to 20. So I've put in the midpoint of 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, etc. Okay? So I can go back to stats, if you recall, and I can calculate the 1var stats. So the 1var stats now, my x values are actually that midpoint, right? So that's L4. And the frequencies are still in L2. So I have L4, comma L2. And remember, if it doesn't look exactly like this, you just put L4, comma L2, or wherever you've put the information. I go down, I calculate, and there is my mean, 36.6, and if I go down further, there's my median. It said it was, here it says it's 35. When I looked at the graph, I saw 36. It would depend on how the question was asked, which answer would be correct. But you can see they're very, very close. But each method gave me a different answer.